Hi, everybody. Guess who? I have the directions for your next assignment. This assignment is called the one pager. And in social studies, people do one pagers all the time. Now, before I actually go through the directions, I really want to show you a couple of examples of one pagers. The first one I'm going to show you is a digital one pager. And I'm just going to move to my different screen here. A one pager is a topic that you are showing what you know about that topic. You're going to highlight some certain information that's required of you of the one pager. This one is from the Roaring 20s, which I do with my US history class. If you take me your junior year, you might do something similar. This is, like I said, it's done digitally. It's pretty cool. The whole page is used. There's stuff around the border here. There's words, there's a title. It's pretty attractive to the eye. This one, of course, got a 4. It's fantastic. Now what I'd like to do is show you another one that was actually hand-drawn, and those are just as fun. This is also the same assignment from the 1920s. And here we go. We've got an essential question here. We've got the title. We've got terms, pictures. We've got a border around. And this was hand-drawn and also got a 4. Very nice. Now I'm going to go over here and go back to the directions and actually go through this with you, because I'm afraid that just looking at the directions could be a little bit overwhelming. So your page, the topic you were assigned is the bubonic plague. So you can make this as gory and gross as you like. You'll use your notes or any other supplemental reading materials that you've used over the last couple assignments to get your information. So basically, you're going to create a representation of what you learned about the bubonic plague. It should be creative. It should be factual. And, assume that everyone's going to look at your paper. So you want it to be just top notch, the best you can do. And if I can work it out, everyone will see your paper. So here are the directions. On the front, you need to have the title of your topic on the front page. So, and this should just be a one-page one-sided assignment. So you'll have somewhere on there the bubonic plague. That's your title. You're going to pull out 2 phrases from anything you read and write them on the page. Anything you've read about the bubonic plague, even if you've done your own private research. Be sure to include quotation marks, though, if you're quoting something and you want to cite your source. So if you looked it up online, you want to cite the website where you got it. If it's something that I gave you, you just need to put quotation marks and that would be fine. Include visual images that have a strong relationship to the topic. There's clearly a lot of visual images we could be talking about here, especially those bulbos, those big black boils that you break open. They're so disgusting, right? So you could be doing a lot of artwork around there. Then you're going to write a short summary about what you've read. It should be at least 3 meaningful, thoughtful, well-constructed sentences. You'll create a word cluster, and here's where kids get confused. A word cluster is just, you're going to come up with 10 words or more that have to do with the topic. Now, obviously, you're not going to come up with happy things because during the era of the plague, most people were not happy. You're going to come up with, broken, sickness, illness, those kinds of words to cluster, and you're going to make it like a little collage, a mini collage of words. You can also pull them from anything that you've been reading. You can also think them up yourself. Then you're going to create a border around your one pager. And it should reflect kind of the concepts you've learned about. You can draw or use computer-generated images. You can use colored pencils, crayon, or black marker for outlining. All your writing should be neat and done in ink or typed. Your content should cover the entire page, very little black background areas. So we don't want a whole lot of white. We want to see a big visual pictures, words. It should cover the whole page. And your appearance does count. So here's the rubric, and I've broken it into points, actually. So even though I grade on the 4-point scale, we're going to pretend like this is 70 points. So phrase number 1 needs to be at least 2 sentences. That's 5 points. Phrase number 2, 2 sentences, 5 points. Your word cluster, if it's artistically presented and you've got all your 10 words, that's worth 10 points. A summary about what you've read, at least 3 sentences, is 20 points. the entire page is utilized. You've covered the whole page. There's not a lot of white there. You've got color, you've got pictures, you've got words, all kinds of things. That's going to, and I need to be able to read it. That'll be 20 points also. The presentation looks good. I can look at that and go, wow, okay, I want to show this to people. That's 10 points right there. So the grand total is 70 points. And I'm going to skip down past this for a minute and show you what looks like. So if you get all 70 points, that's a 4. Let's say you forgot to do a second phrase, so you lost 5 points. So if you lose 5 points, let's see what 65 is. 65 would be a 3.65. Okay, so hopefully you can kind of grade your own paper before you turn it in, kind of have an idea of how many points you're going to get. Okay, now these are some research links. If you are logging in with your student Gmail account, this should take you right to some research through the databases, through the library. So I'm going to click on this and hope that works for me. Takes me right here. Tells me more about the plague in modern Europe. And so does the other one. And so if you need even more information, these are some good places to start. Now, another thing you could do is if you want to look up some pictures on the internet, I'd Google them. Just Google bubonic plague and hit images. And you should see all kinds of crazy pictures that you can use in your one-pager. So I hope that answers any questions and really helps you know what you're supposed to do with this. Please let me know if you have questions. I will meet you in class in a couple days to go over it as well. And I'm going to want to see some of your examples already, even if you're not finished. So we'll talk more about that later. Let me know if you have any questions through Canvas, first name, last name, and what period you're in. And I will see you later. Have a great day. Bye.